like a
You
point
haven't had access to what?
How do you say?
CD.
What do you say when you have something that you like put groceries in? What do you call it?
Bag.
A grocery cart.
Or well, there's that. I meant what Mark said.
A bag.
A
But some people
bag?
say a tote or a sack.
I was wondering if you say bag.
Even
Bag.
he say bag.
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 In
Put on
Northern
the roof.
Ontario, it was bag.
There's
Bacon
a
and
bag on the
eggs.
roof.
Is it
Those
eggs
three
instead of
bag.
eggs?
Bag.
Bag.
Put
Bacon
in
and
a
eggs.
bag, eh? Just
Put it in the
just
bag,
throw it
eh?
on there, eh? Just put it in a bag, eh? Just no problem there. Yep.
Wow.
Just like that.
Do we
that
do we
Doofy?
say a boot or a bout? I don't know. I don't hear
I know
anything.
people
I just say
we
about.
say a boot, but I don't see any.
I've never heard anyone say a boot.
anybody
Oh,
say
I work
about.
with a Canadian who says a boot.
Yeah.
Boot?
No
Do they talk
way.
like that?
Yeah.
Like a boot.
And I've heard Mike say a.
Yeah, we
Nice
definitely
is.
say a.
We definitely say a.
It squeaks
that
out
as
from
like-
time to time, but it's. I used to like when I was a kid. It was like me and my friend we went here, and like it was just like, yeah, it was a very common word. I would punctuate every sentence with it, and it was only because our teachers were giving us a hard time about it because it said it made us sound simple. They actually drilled it out of us, and they almost punished us for saying it. So
wow,
still comes out from time to time, eh? So
yeah, that's so sad. I mean, it's
time, eh?
It's useful. It's actually it's a good word, I think,
Yeah.
My 15-year-old has started saying it when he's when he's mad at me, and he'll be like, "Hey, why did you do this, eh?" I'm like,
Nice.
wow, like
the whole 15?
Different. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. That's so cool.
That's got to be a held age.
There's a lot of angst.
Mm-hmm.
But he's doing better than I was at his age, so like
that was a tough time for me. Yeah.
Yudaho is saying he should play. He did Dungeons and Dragons at one point. My only time ever DMing was for him and his cousins. It was short-lived, but it was a lot of fun.
I DM'd for my niece and nephew. They were. How old were they? Let's see. I don't know if the moderator's here, but it was 9 and 7 or something. I think I can't remember.
That sounds so cute.
It was the 9-year-old loved it. She was extremely creative. The 7-year-old had trouble with the math, and that really got him frustrated with the game, I think. But the 9-year-old was 9 and 5. Yeah, he was only 5 years old. But like the 9-year-old, she was so freaking creative. They went to like the main boss, who was like this gnoll guy or bugbear guy, and this guy like stole something that was starving people or whatever. And she's like, "I'm gonna go sneak in the shadows, and I'm gonna start saying things to him like, I'm the hunted children you killed,' or something like that, right?" And I was like, "Wow."
No, this girl
I wish my players would do stuff like that. Back then.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's creative. At the same time, she also plays Minecraft. So at one point, she's like, "Can I start digging in the ground when it's like the cave walls like coming down?" And she's like, "Can I start digging to get around it?" I'm like, "Okay, athletics."
Was she able to dig around the wall?
No.
Somebody's got their Twitch stream running, so I'm getting the feedback of the sound, I think. Oh, no, that's me. Never mind.
I was like,
I don't know.
That's a great reminder to get the Twitch stream running.
So I got to turn off the sound on this nonsense here.
He was gaslighting us.
Oh, man.
I fixed it, eh? All right. Yeah, and I just shared on Facebook saying everyone because people might not want to watch a D&D stream from my Facebook group, but if we say we're just going to be chatting and being casual and hilarious and take questions, I think a lot of people will join us because we're interesting.
I might be able to stream to if you have your own Facebook group. I might be able to stream to that.
Yourself. I'm just kidding.
I wasn't talking about you.
I
was trying to do my Frankenfurter there a little bit.
Oh,
I didn't make it for you.
Joking. I was just jokingly putting myself down,
but do you say sorry?
Do
you say sorry?
Sorry.
Sorry.
We're supposed to say sorry.
Apologize.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
That's not how you pronounce it.
Sorry.
But
just
because
say
as
sorry.
actors they try and train us to not sound too Canadian, but I kind of suck at that. But they say say sorry instead of sorry.
I mean, to be fair, it's not spelled like sorry.
Yeah.
It's spelled like sorry.
And if you're from like
Yeah.
the Montreal area, you tend to hit your T's a little harder, and I picked that up somehow. I hit the T's instead of where Americans it'll just be D's. You know, it's like how fitting. I might say how fitting. You know,
Well, how do you
sometimes fitting.
say internet?
Fitting.
Internet?
Yeah.
Internet.
Internet, eh?
Internet.
Toronto? You guys from
Sorry.
Toronto?
Guys, I couldn't find my hats. I'm feeling
Oh.
a little nude for
Oh.
this
I don't know where my hat
particular recap.
Recap, get it?
Without a hat. She was naked and afraid.
Oh, that's a nice little Abu hat.
This is
I
a
like
new
it.
hat.
not to be confused with an boot hat. Yes.
Thank you
Uh,
for supporting me in my
Solidarity.
my desk is a
I don't know
mess.
about
I
yours.
have
Mine
so
is a
much
biking glove.
pieces of 3D print
What?
crap, pliers, painting.
Mm. Mine is a biking glove that's just on my head. But we do.
Mine's a
Oh,
scrunchie with potentially a clementine on top. Oops.
Mine's a
that was really
baruga.
impressive. Yeah, Greg, that's very impressive. What's this baruga from?
It's just
Our,
a
mod-
demon.
our moderator is
the
like,
abyss.
okay, recap time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that thing looks great.
Recap kneecap is what I say. Let's kneecap the recap. Let's just talk about pop culture. And,
Yeah.
So last time
Nice.
on Art of the Roll.
Goku powered up for another 5 hours. That's not what it
Cool.
was.
Yeah.
Let's see. Should we bring in? Where did we start? We started with this session.
We're finishing off our last mission.
Yeah, we have that.
We had to Harkos. We had just got Harkos, went back to the house, and we had to reconnect with Zenekobi, and then death ensued.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Death ensued. Oh yeah, because Alpha, you wanted so badly to keep him alive overnight, but then
Because
like
we
he tried
weren't paid enough
bribe
to
me.
kill him.
Yeah,
We were not. 30 gold, guys. Gotta have higher standards.
I mean fair, but he
And
kept
then-
trying to escape. He tried to bribe me with drugs.
I mean, it started
It's
out
just-
like kidnapped him. Well, not kidnapped because he was a bad guy anyways. But I guess kind of kidnapped him and ended up in a barrel. But in between that, he you took him into the basement
Mhm.
and you tried to interrogate him.
And then we took turns watching him. We took turns
Yes.
watching him because
Yeah.
I really wanted to get my long rest. So who took first watch? Was that
Zenekobi,
That
I
would be
think?
Zenekobi.
Zenekobi took first
Yeah.
watch.
And she
and
just
she-
immediately knocked him out again. The moment he started talking, she's just like, "Nope," knocked him out.
My girl.
Yeah. Oh, and she introduced us to her dragon, her small animatronic
Mechanical.
Oh yeah, she had
magical
a
mechanic.
magic canonical dragon. Yeah,
Yeah, Mark, we
little
should
drunk.
watch Kingdom of Var together, by the way.
We watched
We
that
should really do
over the weekend.
yeah?
Nice.
Was it amazingly terrible?
Get some. There will be some gifs incoming.
It's
Yes.
and I'm not just doing this to pat myself on the back because I've been in movies that turned out bad before, but this is just a next level genius. It is bad, but incredibly watchable. I've watched it 5 times, and I'm like, oh, I love this scene. Like, because every scene that starts, I'm like, oh, I love this scene, and then it's like, oh, I love this one too, because they're all so bananas and bonkers. And the scenes with me in them are crazy. Like, they're some of the most memorable ones because
Yeah,
they wrote this character, and the previous actor read the script, and he says, I'm not doing this, I quit. And then they randomly found me on Mandy.com, and then I read this, and I'm like, what the heck is, like, how do I do this? So I just showed up, and I just went as bonkers with it as possible. But it's terrible, but I love this
Fun.
movie. So
Amazing.
how's it going? All B and JK. Yeah, you know, the some of the best. My friend, his favorite line from the whole movie was because they were over. We're trying to play a new system that kind of failed, but that's a different story. But we watched it on the background, and his favorite line was, "Eat it, vegan." because he was trying to stuff like an organ into like the girl
like
was a vegan.
A human liver into her mouth. She's like, no, I'm a vegan. You know, like
That is actually hilarious. You did vegan.
And then also my favorite part was when they were stabbing with that knife and just organs would start like popping out, like projectile out of it.
Oh yeah.
That's what happens when you stab someone, you know?
Yeah. Right.
like an entire intact spleen, kidney, like 30 feet of intestine just landed a pile.
Wait, where can you watch this?
I played
It's
off
actually
Amazon
free.
Prime, or you can purchase. Oh, there's another thing, Gumroad.com. You can purchase it to watch.
What was it on? That is free.
Amazon Prime is free if you have Prime.
Is it available on Prime like Canada, US, everywhere, or just like US?
Yeah.
It wasn't free for me on Prime actually. We had to watch it on Tubi, I think, which was free. But...
Oh, it's on Tubi. That's
Tubi.
cool. Oh yeah, Tubi
I mean,
you can get and watch it free with commercials.
You get money?
Sorry, what?
Question. If we pay for it, do you get money?
Do you get money?
No, the producers do. I promote the heck out of it because it's sort of, I want it to get cult status, and then I want to get invited to horror conventions across the United States because that's a real decent gig. Like I've gone to these horror conventions,
awesome.
and there's all these people in the like these people from obscure movies, like Felissa Rose, who I got to hang out with a bit, who was from Sleepaway Camp. She's wonderful.
That's awesome. That's a crazy movie. Like the original first Sleepaway Camp.
That's her. And I was shocked when I met her because I thought that the actor was actually a dude because the end spoiler, right?
Yeah.
But she's like, no, that was all that was like Photoshop. Like I had a biggest crush on you, and then I thought I was gay afterwards, and then because you know you had a penis, and then she's like, no, I don't, and she's really pretty now. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Apparently, they like
She's probably
took
pretty
her
then,
brother,
too.
who was very similar
She
looking,
was.
and then put her head on his body.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Put that glove back on, mister.
Really? Okay, hang on. Let's try this.
Are you talking to O.J. Simpson? I don't understand.
How do you feel about this guy?
Well, I get a little yarmulke going on there.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was like
going
a
to say,
yarmulke.
that might be...
Is that cultural appropriation?
Yes.
If you put it on your forehead, it's not. But if you put it on the back...
On the back of the skull cap, it is.
But if you put it on the
Not
forehead...
it.
it's
But they
okay.
probably want you to appropriate it, so it's okay.
Yes, yeah.
With
You
the
know-
glove, it's just better.
Yeah, it is. It's true. I'm not actually Jewish, but I've been cast as several different Jewish people in low-budget films, and
It has happened to me
These
too,
films.
and I'm like, I don't even look Jewish.
Greg, I don't know.
You
what that
both
is.
could pass for
Right.
Jewish.
Wallpaper,
I have
sandpaper.
the nose for it, but I don't have. I'm too blonde-haired and blue-eyed, but I did somehow get a.
Yeah.
I get a big.
Oh wait, okay, so wait, back on track. Recap.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the next person who watched was Fitz, who was. It was another moment that gave Alpha another facepalm during that scene.
I mean, Fitz wanted
Why
to.
did I just take all watch, not first watch, second, third? I just took an all watch.
Because you needed to rest.
You needed
Alpha.
you needed your rest.
You had
and-
just been like
And
transported.
he didn't harm anybody except for the person he eventually harmed. And I'm not going to spoil who got harmed, but he did harm somebody. Didn't harm you.
But Fitz was probably the closest to actually taking his deal.
I mean, I was playing with the idea, but like Fitz wasn't gonna betray his friends. He was just trying to trick the guy into revealing the Shrek contacts.
I figured.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sadly,
my Shrek.
The guy was wise to Fitz, and then he started like fidgeting with his bonds, and Fitz was like, "Oh no, I know what's happening."
I better tie this guy up. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see. Your legs, 1. Roll to 1. Okay, so I just put the rope on his legs.
like dropped a pile of rope onto his legs.
That's right.
Yeah, which
You're like, that's how rope works.
yeah, this is rope, right?
Just threw it at the
okay.
legs,
I've
yeah.
seen,
That
I've
looks
seen
tied.
Alpha tie up a few people. I think that's how she does it.
Right? This is how she
Yeah.
tied up the kinku.
She just kind of takes the rope and drops it on them and goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you're good. That's it."
But you did okay with the arms. It was like a 10 or a 9 or something.
Something like that.
Just so you guys know, like in D&D, 5 is considered very easy. 10 is considered like kind of normal-ish. 15 is like hard. 20 is very hard, and 25 is like impossible or something like that. So that's kind of like the ranking. So when you get like around a 10, it's supposed to be like average.
Right. Average, like, oh, this rope, I'm just going to tighten it a little.
Right. But the guy rolled pretty well for getting out. He rolled terrible for getting his legs off, but it didn't matter because the rope wasn't really there. But yeah, he rolled pretty well for the back. But anyways, then after that, I forget, did you knock him out? You actually knocked him out again, right?
I pommel bashed him.
Yeah, that's right. Taking advantage of that non-lethal damage you can do in D&D. That guy must have brain damage by this point. But
what's like about torturing prisoners? Isn't it some sort of Swedish city accord something?
Geneva Convention.
Geneva Convention. Yeah, sorry, Swiss city. I have family in Geneva. I should know that.
That's kind of cool.
I don't.
I could see you as Swiss.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, I have lots of because my dad grew up in the Black Forest on the border of Switzerland, so I have family in Switzerland and also in Germany. Yes, we're all very Germanic.
I might have someone in
Alps. Sorry, what? Yeah,
Hungary. I might have someone in Hungary, but I think that's the only. Even then, I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting a little hungry too. Yeah.
Well, I have a funny story about the Alps. Not to get off track too much, but once I went to Banff. Yeah, I don't know if you guys went to Banff. It's quite beautiful. It's in Canada, in Alberta.
The Rocky Mountains in Alberta, yeah.
And basically, we took like a gondola up because my mom that day, like, I don't know, her ankles weren't really good, so we couldn't hike up. So we took the gondola, and we're in the gondola with a few other people, and it's gorgeous when you're going up, and everybody's like, wow, taking photos. And there's this one lady, she's just sitting there with her arms crossed, fairly aged, and her daughter is like, Mom, isn't it beautiful? And she just goes, I'm from France, we have the Alps, so this isn't very much. And everybody was just like wanted to like push her out. Just
that's awesome.
Super jaded.
Glad she wasn't collectively murdered.
We have the Alps in France.
We have the Alps.
This isn't very much.
We have the Alps.
It's like somebody cooks you a really nice burger and you're eating this burger and they're like, do you like the burger? And you're like, I had steak once, so like, nah.
No.
Yeah, like,
all other mountains are ruined for me.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it's so beautiful. Like, anyway.
Was there a Nepalese guy in the corner? And he was saying, I'm from the fucking Himalayas, bitch, and I can still appreciate Banff's beauty, you know? You should have pulled the Nepalese card on them, you know? You could pass for Nepalese, I think.
Could I?
Maybe.
No. So you have a bit of a Sherpa vibe, but I don't know.
So where do we leave off?
Can you carry on your back?
I mean, I do have.
So Michael's watch was ended. Fitz's watch was ended.
And you woke up Greyhide to take the next one.
Greyhide. I think I did a very thorough, excellent job of doing the watch, and he tried to trick me too, right? What did he try to entice me with? Also, Shrek cocaine.
Right, and that didn't work at all. But then you asked him, was there any chance you really wanted to be an actor? And when I was trying to...
Yeah. And I don't know what my end game was there. Was I trying to entice him to really be in a play? I just wanted to know.
Really hoping he'd say yes.
I took it as like an ego thing for Greyhide. Like, come on. you won it for a second, right?
Yeah, like I think that's what it was. Like, I did think his ego was like, could I have really tricked this guy? Could I have bamboozled him?
Meanwhile, like, he's like, oh yeah, you and me could totally run away together and start a theater company. Just leave your friends behind. And I thought you were going to go for it, Greyhide. I thought, I was like, oh man.
No, but I didn't fall for it because he said he hated actors, and that really stung me.
Yeah.
Before I got shot in the chest by Enki or whatever. By Tricky.
But so he got off of it. He rolled out of his binds and attacked you. Did like 3 damage. I didn't know how many hit points you had, but luckily you had a short rest at some point.
Yeah.
And then, because I think if you didn't have that short rest, it would have been really close. I forgot how much.
Then I overreacted and swung at him.
Yeah, and you critted his face.
And then what did I roll? Did I roll a freaking critical too?
Yeah, you rolled a natural 20.
I know.
Oh no! I was like,
Give me an axe.
guys, he's really dead now.
You're like, just stop a second, right in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
A little bit of roid rage from Greyhide there, you know.
It's a little emotional.
Guys,
You said you didn't like actors.
yeah, I think it was more Mark's rage than Greyhide's rage there. Yeah.
And then, and then there was a big discussion on what to do with the body. If you should get the person to pick him up or take him there. How do you hide it? And all I remember is they ended up putting him inside of a barrel, stuffing him inside of a barrel.
Yes, because Alpha didn't think it was a good idea to like drag a dead body across town looking for some guy weren't sure if he was even going to be there.
Was originally like, maybe we can take him out in a barrel and like go to Yawning Portal with a barrel and be like, hey, here's your guy.
Yeah, that was
roll it down the road.
It's like spilling out. It's like blood. It's like, it's wine.
Yeah, it's wine. Yeah, it's cranberry juice.
Did they have ketchup back then? It's a barrel of ketchup.
So we didn't do that.
No. No, we finally agreed to take the little eye patch and go to the tavern, but not before Alpha finally told everybody else a little bit about her Red Wizard experience.
Right. That she, basically, that what we did here on out was very important not to attract attention to themselves because possibly being surveilled or controlled, not too sure at this point. Until we find out more, we have to be very cautious.
And then Alpha was like, so you guys shouldn't tell me anything, and I was like, oh. But then Fitz was also like, oh, maybe we can find a cleric to see if you're being like controlled, which I think we should still do because Fitz still thinks that's a good idea.
It's orange, even more tasty. Wow. Or that's a clementine.
But an egg.
It's a
an egg would be next level, and I should really think about it for next time.
Whoa, high risk, high gain though. Like if you've got an egg on there and it falls, woof, clean up.
Well, that's why I get way more points if this were an egg than there are no stakes with a clementine.
Technically, it's an egg, is how we pronounce it.
An egg.
An egg.
Egg. We don't say that.
I knew a guy who said that in Sault Ste. Marie, which is a little bit further north of here.
An egg. I know where
you don't have an egg.
I've actually been to Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh yeah.
What did
because I've spent a few summers in Manitoulin, so.
Oh man,
what did the Fonz say to his breakfast?
What did the who say to his breakfast?
The Fonz, FONZ.
Eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. I was almost born on Manitoulin Island. My parents were living in Little Current, and they went to the hospital in Little Current. And the anesthesiologist was fishing, and my mother needed a C-section, so they helicoptered me to the nearest hospital with an anesthesiologist, which is Sudbury. Wow. So technically, I was born in Sudbury.
You're Sudbury.
You had a very Canadian birth.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. Needs a C-section. Well, the anesthesiologist is fishing, eh? Oh,
it's fishing, eh?
Oh, yeah. It's trout season. Gotta get out there.
He caught a sturgeon instead of, young Michael Maserkovich. You gotta...
Instead of a baby. Yeah.
Love it.
Have you, have you guys seen how a Canadian is born?
No.
No.
Hold on. Let me share this.
Okay,
share
I'm ready.
Screen.
There's three of us.
We'll be back.
If we get offended, we're gonna write a stern letter to our members of parliament.
After this commercial break.
Yeah. Oh wait, here we go. You ready? This is how Canadians are born.
I love that.
He's got the skates right on him, of course.
I don't know if you noticed, he threw out a puck too.
I did see that.
Oh man. Yeah, I wish I was tough like that. Pretty impressed.
It's always lousy at hockey. I was more of a baseball guy, but I'm a lousy, not a very good Canadian.
I'm more of a League of Legends guy when it comes to sports.
Nice. Ball.
I used to play soccer.
Oh yeah.
You mean football?
Football.
So we loaded the corpse into the barrel.
Oh, yeah,
Canada, I
so-
would just say
Or
soccer.
what do we do with the corpse?
As
Yeah,
far as
no,
you know,
we
the
loaded the
corpse is still
corpse.
there in the barrel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we just
Yeah.
left it there. 'Cause
Oh,
we're
and then we
like,
ended up going. I think we went to collect our bounty by bringing his eye patch to the bar.
Yeah.
We went
Yeah.
to the yawning
Then we
portal.
all, instead of like going to finish the mission, we all decided to have drinks and try and pick up,
Right.
be
That branched
socialized,
out.
and everyone was
Alpha did
Oh,
not
man.
try to pick up, but yes.
we were just
True,
She's the
wasting
only one who
your
didn't
time.
try to pick up.
Alpha was the only one who wasn't, hitting on someone.
I was still on a job of my own making.
Yeah, she didn't go to finish the mission either.
I was trying to
Yeah.
inquire about
Oh,
the little jade dude that I found on Harkos.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it called Blobalob or something?
Blobbity bloop. That's an
Yeah,
actual god in Forgotten Realms.
The god of like the lobster people.
Yeah, the
The
Koatoa.
frog people.
I know way too much about this crap. But yeah, the
It was actually-
Koatoa, they created their own god that by taking like some other woman figure and adding lobster pinchers and a lobster head to it.
Oh.
And then they worshipped it so much that it actually became a deity apparently.
That's
Like
amazing.
it came into being. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Because in Forgotten Realms it's kind of like a thing where the gods' power are based on how many people worship them. But
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
kind of how it
cool.
works there.
So if enough
Based
people
on some
worship,
interpretations.
a statue of a lobster with boobs,
Pretty
it
much.
becomes a god. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So while you guys
Uh,
were trying to pick up some
You
elves
never
Meanwhile-
asked where the Koatoa are
Yagra?
from, right? You guys never asked where the Koatoa live, right?
No, she did.
You
Underdark,
said-
right?
Yeah, you said.
I said underground.
you-
Okay.
You said underground and that they were like some kind of frog people.
Okay. Cool.
Lobster
Yeah.
frog. Yeah. Then, meanwhile, Greyhide did very well with the barmaid. I
Yeah.
believe I remember him comparing the amber of her hair to the amber of the ale, which was a very nice
Yeah.
move.
It's good to.
Right.
It's always food comparisons is very flattering to women. I find because men hold food in such high regard that to compare a woman's beauty to the woman to ale, it just melted her heart. I think so.
I mean, yeah, is there anything else they'd rather be compared to than beer?
That was actually a suggestion from Fitz too, wasn't it? Like a little.
It was.
You said
No.
about the color of her hair. I think you said like maybe yeah.
Yeah, something like that, or compare
You-
her hair
you-
to something or something like that.
You were like, I'll take one of those beautiful amber ales, and I was like,
Oh,
oh,
that's
you
right.
like her hair color, and you were like, yes,
Yes.
like your hair color, and she was like, ooh.
It may have not been the actual reaction, but
Well, whatever, yeah.
That's how I imagine it anyway, or at least that's how I
that's
imagine
what's important.
her internal dialogue. Ooh, this paladin licks my hair. Yeah.
I just thought of a perfect hat.
Ooh.
Yes.
Where's the?
Oh my god,
do
and
I
it's
have
got
any
a clip
makeshift
to
hats?
stick on. That's fantastic.
I can't find.
Great, guys.
I like that this is our thing now. Yeah, ooh, it glows. Oh, that's fantastic.
Ah.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
pretty-
developed a +5 to magical powers.
That's right.
Wow.
That's fantastic. I also like that this is our vibe now. Welcome to our Monday recap where we put weird things on our heads and talk about playing D&D.
Oh wow, this is really messing with my green
and where we
screen.
get severely sidetracked.
Frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
Yeah.
my Cyclops eye.
that's
Not
really
much
cool.
happened this episode. There was a lot of frittering
Well,
around.
We
Hang
all-
on.
We did get to a pretty dicey
Hold on.
once we get back on the adventure, but yeah.
Ice cream on a summer's day. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll sum up the hitting on thing because that was all about that. So then
Yeah.
Fitz is doing well with Yagra, the half-orc, but then she challenges him to an arm wrestle, and
She
he does
challenged
okay.
you, but yeah.
Yeah, well, yes. But then, like, he does okay, but not well enough, so she's like, maybe you should work out more. Meanwhile, Fitz introduces Zenakobi to the guy Yagra is protecting, this fancy golden-haired elf, who kind of low-key rejects her, which she was pretty salty about.
She
But
was
then
pretty
it's
salty
also
about
like, hey, we need you to like find this guy killing. There's someone killing elves, and if you guys save someone, we'll pay you cash. And then everyone else is just like, what? You'll pay us cash? And he's like, yeah, but only if no one dies tonight. And we're like, shit, we should go save someone and make money.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Zenakobi came to Fitz after Yagra was like, go work out more, and was like, he doesn't need to work out more. And then they went and like had a drink with their rejection, and that was like a really that was a sweet moment.
Throughout all that flirting and weirdness, Zenakobi did get offered to
a mission from Davil Star Song, who was offering a mission to work for the Zentarum.
To
and
stop
basically into their inner circle as well too. So we're gonna, we're gonna be, power players in multiple guilds and circles.
Have a little bit of a footing everywhere. So then we also after that went finally to see Silvermane to
dangle the eye patch in front of them and be like, yeah, we're kind of big deals.
Get our money.
And he actually paid us, unlike, what the other guy, Flume?
Volo.
No,
wow, Greg,
Volo.
you are just playing with reality right now. Oh. But yeah, so Greyhide...
Alpha and I will mess with this later.
And then Greyhide gave us our pins, and we are now members of the Alliance of Lords.
Yeah.
We're going to get some sweet discounts.
Greymane.
Silvermane.
Silver Schnitzel, yeah.
Silvermane gave us our pins, and he came with some perks where he said we would have access to places in the city that not everybody has access to.
When you're working for him. Mm-hmm.
When we're working for him. He also ostensibly took care of a body that was in our home. We have not gone back to confirm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That has been done.
That's just stuff that we don't have to do, and it won't drive away customers to our tavern.
But it does come with the stipulation that when we get called on a job, we have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It did not say how he would contact us, so I guess that remains to be seen. But
I would like, I don't know, I think this coming week we know what we're doing, but one of these days, I think we should spend a day, like an adventure, fixing up the tavern and making it a tavern and just doing that and see where that leads to us, Or maybe that's that's just like a time passage thing, or maybe just roll the die. And
we don't really gain XP. Like, how are we going to level up?
I mean, I think we should, like, take our Lord's Alliance discounts and go find some contractors and just be like, hey, how much to fix this up? Here's some gold.
Because we could get ongoing income from this, not only XP.
We're not construction workers.
We hire people to do it.
On the previous, one of the previous episodes, you did ask someone about a carpenter or something.
Yeah.
And they said there's one actually right next to Trollskull.
So we just, we just toss them some gold arunio or 9. Will he do it for 9 copper?
Yes.
No, that's a hell of a carpenter.
You can definitely get to his place with 9 copper.
Yeah, excellent. Let's do that.
He
might have some more. He might have information on what's going on in town. You just never know. We can get information from. He might know where the haunted scarecrows, what they're up to, because I still really want to get those haunted scarecrows.
That may still come up, but it might still come up.
We are on another mission at this point, though.
Oh, the guy with the red bathrobe. That guy. You're still worried about him?
I will say on Trollskull Manor, you're in like basically hobo makeshift beds right now. So if you keep sleeping there could be consequences with exhaustion from not getting nice rest and stuff. But so eventually you do want to take care of that. But it's only been a day, 2 days.
Yeah, we've only had in Trollskull Manor.
I think it's only been 2 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
We go to Sleep Country Waterdeep, which is a mattress store. That's a Canadian joke for the Canadians out there.
Yeah, I like this.
Sleep Country Waterdeep.
Right. Why buy a mattress?
Yeah.
Where else?
Over the tangerine.
The Canadian mattress store, and everyone knows the jingle. So we're getting major. We're trending in Canada right now, like in in the Northwest Territories and the Yukon, they are laughing and laughing right now.
Yeah, I think like half the people in Canada watch this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all 7.
Yeah.
Like all the people that are like 20 miles from the border and up are watching this. So all 7 of them.
Yes.
So we, after
When we get down to the docks, and
Yeah.
someone...
Wait, we didn't. We went back to see the elf, the half elf, to accept his contract to potentially join their.
He was a full elf, but yeah, Davil.
Oh, he's a full elf.
Davil Star
Oh no,
with
half.
his Zentarum.
So half elves are dying. Wait, what's the half?
People with pointed ears are being killed.
Someone was killing anybody
right.
with pointy ears, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And so you went and investigated that.
Then we head down to the docks, which is where the killings have been happening, the dock ward. And some guy who... Yeah. Some guy recognizes Fitz.
Not Fitz. Recognize...
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch to figure out what he called you. It's not coming to my
Joffrey.
notes somewhere. Yeah, I think it was Joffrey. I think you're right.
Which is hilarious because Fitz's full name is Fitz Joffrey.
It's Joffrey.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was actually really funny. But yeah, so that was like terrifying for Fitz. Apparently the answers to his mystery lie on a ship in the docks. So he's going to be dragging y'all there at some point or trying to sneak off alone, one or the other.
And for some reason, Zenekobi got upset at you.
Oh, yeah. But before Zenekobi, what did you think about the guy who noticed you? Do you think, how do you think he left? Do you think he left confused or?
You know, my last deception when I told him that I didn't know those assholes standing behind me being like, hey, who's that, Fitz? My last deception wasn't a great roll, and I was like, oh, I don't know them. I'm just walking around. And he was like, he seemed kind of suspicious. So there is a chance that when I get onto that boat, they're going to be like, oh, hi, Jeff. And I'm going to be like, hey, tell me about that caravan gig. I'm here to report to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting.
So you took people aside and you did tell them about the caravan.
Yeah, after Zenekobi punched me in the stomach and was like, reveal your secrets. I was like, guys, I'm not going to do this here. And
Alpha was like, no, don't let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alpha's worried that red wizard was seeing through her eyes or something like that.
Yeah. I was getting ready to retaliate against Zenekobi on that one. I was getting upset. Or Greyhide was getting upset, and he was feeling very indignant that there was combat within our group. So I was, But Fitz was pretty forgiving, I think.
I think that's actually an attribute of Greyhide that the rest of the group doesn't necessarily have, which is like this group cohesion. It's like super important to them that we stay as a group and act as a group and stuff like that.
Yeah, and respect one another's secrets. If we have secrets, we're allowed to have them, even though Greyhide doesn't really have many.
Or is just so much better at keeping them that we don't know that.
It could be.
He is charismatic.
He's like, quick, come up with some secrets.
Well, there are secrets. It's just there are things about Greyhide that you don't know.
He's like, I'm mysterious.
Right. Because there's also there's things you don't know, and then there's things you don't know that you don't want other people to know too, and so you don't. Everybody has all of those, or some of them at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So anyway, ultimately Fitz is like, guys, we're out in public. I'm not going to take my ring off now, but he does admit that this isn't his real face. And then they see a drunk elf stumble out of a bar and puke and stumble down the alley, and they're like, oh my god, this is the guy's victim, let's follow him. So then Fitz rolls a shitty stealth roll, and the guy sees him. So Fitz just turns to pretend he's just peeing.
Right.
And then he rolls a shitty roll on that as well, so it's just like he's not actually peeing. And
he couldn't get it out.
So it's just...
It's like...
You had the stage fright, It's like... I can't pee when you're watching.
Yeah, nothing makes it hard to pee like going, come on, pee, so he doesn't think I'm following him. So, yeah. But then
I like
ultimately
the
the guy...
Well, the guy was drunk and he had disadvantage on any type of like figuring out if you're bad or not, and so he rolled low.
Yeah. So finally he like wanders down the alleyway. We wander down, and then by a stroke of luck, we get to this part of this alley where like things start getting a little more urban, and Fitz looks up and just sees a glint on metal and realizes there's a dude lying on a roof with a gun aiming at this elvish guy, and uses his goddess eldritch blast, Hager's grasp, to yank the guy down onto the street, and then boom, we're in combat.
I should have had him take damage, by the way, falling off a roof. It just didn't occur to me at the time, but whatever.
I mean, he took like, yeah.
Well, we got him anyway.
It wouldn't have done that much.
But
it would have done
this guy was cantankerous, fierce, and
yeah,
he was
And
tough.
He was dexterous as shit.
PG. Oh.
Yes,
We-
he was very dexterous.
He's a
Yeah.
tough mofo.
He had +5, I think, to dexterity. But,
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Meanwhile, so then he like shoots Fitz point blank with a poisonous bullet, and
Yep.
Fitz is dying. So then Xena Kobe
Right.
heals Fitz a little bit, and Fitz stabs the guy really nicely, but it's not enough.
yeah, and
then the
everybody
guy
else shot at him
shoots-
too. Like everybody's like taking them, doing hit point damage to them for the most part. But that guy was tough.
Yeah. He was tough. Oh,
Yeah.
and you know what I realized? He, right before he shoots Fitz, he says something in Dark Elvish.
Mhm.
And then Fitz obviously he says like, "You will die first" in Dark Elvish.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Fitz just yells out, "You are poop, you are poop, you are poop," because that's all he can think of, because it's not his first language, as he stabs the guy. But then, when he talks to Greyhide, he talks English.
Yeah,
But Fitz is wearing this overlay, which means that they know who Fitz is. So as soon as we start back in next time, Fitz is going to realize this and lose his shit and be like, "Oh my god, everything is a conspiracy. They're all trying to kill me."
Spoilers.
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have said
well,
that.
this
but, like,
whole thing is a big giant spoiler.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like
That's
what
so-
this show is right now. But yeah, so that all happened, and then so he took another shot at you and just basically took you out. So he took you out in 2 shots, even after being healed in between.
yeah. That guy.
and then
had
he
some
turned to
serious
Greyhide
aim.
and basically told him he's going to do the same to him. And Greyhide
Which really
and,
upset him.
yeah, he
Greyhide
got
didn't
he
like
got
that.
scared and decided to lift his axe with a big chop. But
Yeah, I was doing it because I was outraged at what they did to my friend, what he did to my friend Fitz. Because Fitz, you were dead at this point, or
I was
unconscious.
dead. Unconscious,
Yeah. So
yeah.
this was like a big vengeful thing, and I was doing a big chop like this. And what did I roll again? Did I roll a critical to what? No,
well, you
I was-
rolled a 1, which
Yes.
doesn't necessarily do anything bad other than just miss bad. But then I roll, whenever that happens, I roll on a fumble die. And so I rolled a fumble die, and if you get 1 to 5 on a d20, then it's an extra special fumble. And so I rolled it like a 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, the axe went flying backwards.
Flying out of my hands. It was, and I was
Yeah.
completely disarmed. I couldn't really do
with a
anything.
gun
I was like,
pointing
"Ugh."
at you, point blank.
And
Mhm.
then
he
something
shot-
bad happened to Greyhide, I believe. I got shot.
Yeah, well,
I
he
believe,
shot, and
Yeah.
he legit rolled all 1s on his damage.
Oh, thankfully.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was 1d10 plus 2d8, and I rolled 111.
But I think I took like 13 damage. It put me down. Like, it put me pretty low.
It still did a lot of damage. I mean, he gets like
Yeah.
plus, because of it, he gets +5 to any of his damage. So it's
And then it was really up to Alpha and Xanakobi to do the bulk of the fighting going
Mhm.
forward. Because I don't think
Yeah.
I really did. I think I might have got
You
to
tried to
heal
punch
Fitz a
him.
little bit. Yeah. Oh
yeah. Who did the final blow? I don't remember.
No,
It was
well,
Alpha?
Alpha,
Okay.
Alpha did her hunter's mark. Alpha got some good arrows into him, and then he turned and ran away. And Xanakobi threw a last bolt of fire and like burned him up.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Alpha
which was
caused him
very
to run.
cinematic.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, her little dragon was like scratching him the whole time.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he was stompy. I liked him.
He really doesn't do much damage, but it adds up, every round.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so...
One thing you can do with those creatures, I should let Zenakobe know, is you can actually have them give you the help action, which means you tell them, oh, he's going to help me hit, and you get advantage on your attack, so you can roll twice and take the higher. Basically, it's like getting in the way of the person or something, so they can't dodge as easily.
Yeah.
Nice. That's very useful.
Yeah.
Does Zenakobe know that? Because she should know that, because that's going to come in handy.
I'll be sure to bring
she
it up.
built it.
She should know it.
She probably knows.
Yeah, she made it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, maybe it'll surprise her. Who knows? And then that was that. That was the app. Suddenly we had this. Oh, and then we took his gun, and then we took off his ring, and he was a fake man with a dark elf underneath.
Which I think affected Zenakobe the most, actually. Maybe as much as Fitz.
I mean, Fitz
she was very upset that it was an elf that was doing that.
Well, yeah, true. An elf killing elves. I could see that being really grinding her gears. Zenakobe being very like.
We also took all his stuff, and then she stuffed him into a big magical bag.
Yeah, another thing she made overnight.
Yeah, a giant bag that can hold anything, including a corpse.
It's actually only like this big opening, but with enough, if skinny guy, you can stuff him in there if you push enough.
Yeah. But he had some good gear on him, and we got a bit of money on him too. So.
I wonder if anyone saw you do that now that I think about it. Where's my D20?
Saw what?
I don't have it around. Saw you stuffing a guy into a portable bag.
The bag of holding, yes.
Yeah, that would be funny to watch.
I mean, our drunken friend, I still don't know what happened to the drunken half-elf beside us that we were saving.
He would have just ran off, but...
Yeah. Or passed out in a corner somewhere.
Because that combat
probably went back into another bar,
Yeah. How many rounds of combat was that? It was like 4 or 5, right? So that was
4, yeah.
So that would have been 4 times
4 or
6. 24 seconds, technically, that whole battle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think I took 4 shots. 1 with 2 with
Hunter's Mark.
I think only 1 or 2 with Hunter's Mark, because I thought I was gonna save it in case we had more to fight, but everybody was dying, so I was like,
yeah. Fitz was lying, bleeding out at your feet, and you're like, okay, I guess I'll use Hunter's Mark.
Well, it's only after Greyhide also like.
It's like shit's getting real.
Dirt. I was like, okay, we're losing men. Yeah. Well, because I only have 2 slots for like abilities, and we're still on this like same adventure. So
do Rangers get more slots when you level up? I'm actually not sure.
I think eventually.
Warlock,
well, it doesn't feel like one adventure. It feels like we're in some sprawling world, and like things are like a lot of things just seem to be coming together, and there is, so I don't know. It's very quite interesting.
I think I do get more slots because I think like Hunter's Mark can be technically active for like a day at some point when I'm like pretty strong.
Yeah, you get next level you actually get 3 slots, and then at level 5 you get 4 first and 2 second.
Nice.
Hunter's Mark is super useful. Like you aim better and then you do more damage.
It's been pretty great.
It's the Warlocks actually have an equivalent. It's called Hex. It's similar.
Yeah.
But it's yeah. But
I do
a ranger gets a lot of spells
too. I did my
you get told to dead.
That
you
bong,
did
that
thing,
but he missed. But at least I got to try it. So I'm building a bit of mystique around myself, and I have some more tricks up my sleeve that I haven't used yet on purpose. But I think in the coming adventures we're going to see a little bit more.
Bell of Justice.
Yeah, all this sort of wonderful things that I can do.
I mean, that healing hand sure came in useful.
Oh yeah. Did a good job there. A good healing hand job on both of us. So.
A good healing hand job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm saying that completely with a straight face.
That happened. That was said.
Nothing too worried about that. Yeah.
I am so happy that that's a thing.
Yeah. Healing job.
You know it's going to be called that every time now. Like, hey, Greyhide, do you have that healing hand job?
Yes. Here we go. Lay them on.
That's terrible.
Oh.
It's like the opposite of King of Navarre.
Wow. That's a not healing hand job?
Yes.
Healing hand job. Yes.
Okay.
It's when somebody else. No. I was gonna make it. No jokes. Just no. Leave it to the imagination. Just no. That joke is so beneath me. I can't do it.
Hold him back. Hold him back.
That's how a bard heals. Yeah.
I get it.
Well played.
That's a subclass of bards. Yeah.
Prostate bard?
Prostate. What? Oh, yes. For some reason, I thought you were trying to put prostate in there, but never mind.
Oh, wow. That's a different spin on it. One that is also possibly effective.
Is it my fault that this conversation's degenerated? I think it is.
It is.
I'm going to blame you. Yeah.
But this guy, Project Icarus, is here. Anybody who watches this now or later, you should go check out his Twitch and his YouTube, named with the same name, and you can follow him.
Project Icarus. So I follow him on Twitch, right?
Or YouTube, either one.
Nice.
I think his main thing is YouTube, but he's also on Twitch. He's he does a lot of strategy games and other type of games live streaming.
I'm a big tabletop gamer, actually. I have a huge collection of about 30 Euro games, and I love tabletop gaming. I don't know if that's and their strategy. So it's like Project Incursus. Let me see what you got here.
Incursus. What did I say? I said Icarus. Jesus Christ. Incursus.
Yeah. Project Icarus is something else? That's
you flew too close to the sun with that one.
Incursus, Greg.
Yeah. It's bad when the moderator has to spell it out for you.
Project Incursus.
And calls you out.
Nice.
Wow, he's got a lot of subscribers. Oh, this dude. Yeah, I've seen this. Oh, these games are these strategy games are pretty bonkers.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
He does, I think, recently Age of Empires 4, which is that even released yet? At least it wasn't Incubus. But and he's been doing he does forts, a lot of forts, which is where you build a little fort and try to destroy the other person's fort while mounting offensive stuff, dude.
So that's kind of I saw a little bit of that game. It's like tower defense, but a lot more involved. It's really cool. I love strategy games of that type. I just haven't played any of the newer ones.
Or like Windows 3.5.
I'm getting a new gaming PC this week, actually, because my laptop of 6 years is ready to die. So I'm going to retire from laptops and get a really strong gaming PC, desktop. So,
you know what I ended up doing? I used to build my own, and then I got bored of that, and then I didn't like doing it too much, and then I went to iBuyPower.com, not a sponsor, and they let you build your own computer there. And then from there, I would either go and buy the parts based on what it said, or just buy. Actually, I just usually bought it directly from them. But
last time I tried to build it
lazier.
myself, I did what's called a poor job of assembling, and it just didn't work right. So I think I might even just pay the labor for someone else to put it together. But
well, you know what I did last time? I just went to Dell and bought a Alienware desktop.
I think that's what I'm doing. I think I'm just gonna go Dell and just and just get one of their, something that's, I don't think it's necessarily going to be a gaming computer, but good enough to handle most games, so.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And you did.
Sorry.
Yeah, I did.
Nothing.
Yeah, totally. Maybe what we can do is we can have one of these days, people who want to, we can have some type of PvP stream where people can make characters and fight each other. Because I'm sure Incursus might be into that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think when I get the new PC and Steam on there, I'll download whatever games the kids are playing these days, and I'll find a new way to waste tons of hours of my time.
And power.
Healing hand job. Get it right.
Healing
hand job.
Healing bar doing healing hand job.
So, before I do the healing hand job, I was like, don't die! Let me finish you off!
Amazing.
Oh,
I think Grey Heist's more like...
That is a special Valentine's Day episode, everybody.
Wow. Oh my god. Greg,
we're not doing it.
Just occurred to me.
We're not doing it as a joke. As a joke. We're not doing it. Put those little thoughts back
but also
in there.
Valentine's Day episode.
When he said finish me off, I literally thought he meant like kill him, and then it just occurred to me what you.
But it's a healing hand job, so it's finishing him off in a different way.
And then it's okay.
It's okay, Fitz. It'll be a happy ending.
Oh, this is how I.
And then you'll do a soliloquy of your own, you know.
That's what I thought Greyhide did. Fitz, we need a soliloquy.
You know, next time I'm dying, I will try to do
Don't make me get
justice.
alpha, guys.
Wow.
Don't make me turn this around now.
Yeah, we don't want alpha in this room. She's just gonna lay some law.
Yeah, she's a little too rough, I find, you know.
Yeah,
there we go.
They're not as healing as my hand jobs.
Yeah, her hands are a little more.
Look, there's a market for that, okay?
I know.
Even on Twitch, there's a market for that.
Really?
Sure is.
Yeah, we might get booted off of Twitch for just this conversation, I feel, you know.
It's okay, we're also on YouTube.
Okay, so back to our recap. A little speedy round.
Oh, did anything else happen? I think you healed Fitz.
No.
And then
Okay, so basically, in a nutshell...
you freaked out for a bit about the fact that it was a dark elf.
Yeah.
I think that might be where we ended it.
Then we put him in the bag.
You put him in the bag.
Okay. So
What else do you do with the body? You put it in the bag.
In the bag. In the
Bag.
bag.
Very convenient.
And then we, I don't know, probably go get some bagels.
Bagels?
Knowing the rest of my team.
Bagels.
Put in the bag.
Yeah.
Guys, you should get
Bagels.
roll OnlyFans. Because
Yudaho wants to follow Mark on his OnlyFans.
That's right.
Yes.
Is that a terrible idea?
Why do you think I've been
so
growing the mustache, you know?
You know, after they banned like the hot what is it called
They banned
what do you call a pool that's like heated? It's a little
hot tub.
little hot tub. They banned the hot tub streams on Twitch. They started licking their mics. Like that was their thing then.
Like ASMR?
Yeah, but just licking the mic. It's what the
I
kiddies
need a
like to watch
mic.
these days.
Doesn't seem hype.
Yes, licking mic.
Mic licking.
Different strokes.
I'm more of an axe licker myself.
Yeah. I
Okay,
always
so
knew you
enough.
licked axe.
There was a guy in Florida, obviously, that got arrested for licking someone's
Obviously.
doorbell for an hour and then leaving. It was all on his Ring camera.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's
For
when
an
you watch
hour.
YouTube and you just let next video, and then you just end up on some weird place on the internet, and then you get videos like that show you some guy licking a doorbell for half an hour. That's where you get
I get
lots
off
of
the
information.
internet long before that happens. You know, I've never
Really?
encountered anything sketchy on the internet.
My hat.
I feel like that's a Greyhide morals thing. I don't know if I believe
Yes.
it though.
That's a Greyhide morals thing. That's when Greyhide goes on the internet. Now,
Yeah.
Mark Bromback,
Greyhide only goes on the internet to research
Paladinism. You know.
paladinism and
Okay,
God.
so in a nutshell, last episode basically brought our guy home, accidentally killed him. Not accidentally, stuffed him in a barrel.
Accidentally, get it?
Accidentally.
All you want to do is ask him a question, and you accidentally killed him.
Very good. That's exactly what happened. And
Exactly.
Wait,
then
how
after
can we keep
that,
this going?
we went to the yawning portal. You guys you flirted with some people. I asked some questions. The flirt led us to getting another job. Before that, we closed a deal with Silvermane, got accepted into the Lord Alliance. He said he'd take care of the body that was back in the barrel in our basement. Then we went on this quest. On the quest, we discovered potentially some new information about Fitz. And then we fought what was an elf disguised as a human, and we looted him, and that's where we're at.
You
And then
literally
we got
looted
into
him. His entire body you looted, including the
Oh, we needed everything. He had really good armor.
He was the evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First you stripped him, then you took everything, including the body.
Mhm. And then I gave Fitzjeffrey the greatest healing hands of his entire life. Something to write home about.
And we're back.
Well,
That's
let me
where
tell
we
ya,
left it. Yeah.
I was trying not to get us kicked off Twitch, guys, but
I've
Yeah.
had some healing hand jobs in my time, but that was the most healing job I've ever had.
And if you want more healing hand jobs, that's what we have at Dragon Heist Session 4, Trollskull Manor.
Come to Trollskull Manor for more.
It's actually there's ACT, oh jeez, ACTS in this module, and you're on the second one.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay, but now people are just gonna think that Trollskull Manor is like a Hooer house. Just so we know.
Wow.
Like just so.
Maybe that's what we should call our tavern, the House of Healing Hands.
Everybody multi-class to bard next level.
Love it. The tavern. Healing Hands, you know.
The healing. You own it, so you can change the name to whatever you want.
We don't need to have a tavern that's gonna compete with Durnan and get us in trouble, guys. Like, I'm not down.
It's pretty far away from.
Can Greyhide change his name to Hans and call him Healing Hans?
Zimmerman?
Yeah, maybe.
Healing Hans Zimmerman. I love it.
Who's Hans Zimmerman? That sounds really familiar. Is that the Muppet guy?
I think he's a musician or a composer, isn't he?
Oh, that's right.
He's like, yeah, one of the most.
Oh, he's one of the best.
Yeah. Hans Zimmer.
My dad's actually named Hans. In real life, he's German, but yeah.
That is very German.
Yeah, he's a Hans. You know,
I'm named Greg in real life.
I bet he's very handsome.
He is actually. That's where I get my looks from.
Figured that was where this is going. All right, guys, it's 10 after 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time for me to watch Monday Night Raw.
So about the time
on wrestling. So
I think that was all the questions or comments.
We're gonna have quite the adventure on. Looking forward to it on Thursday, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Thursdays at 7.
Yeah, it's gonna be. So long, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
See you Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.